Well people, welcome back to the channel. We were going to test the Boatworld Cruiser 380 prior to go to Scotland. It's all loaded up there, don't get fooled by the Honway bag. We've got to our normal place and it's blowing 18 to 30, and just listen for a while. I'll take the wind muff off. Yep, that's a bit windy. We've decided against it. We're going to come back tomorrow. As we're here, we'll just go and check out the dinghy park where we're going to launch from. So we'll probably pump up here. Not to worry. For you, for us, it's going to be a long time, like 24 hours. For you, it'll be seconds. Why wouldn't you pump that out? Because we'll take up the video tomorrow. We might as well just have a little check about the look of the dinghy park, where we will launch. Yeah, it's that I'm in the river that's blowing right up the river, wind over tide as well, so it wouldn't be fun not to test a boat, to be fair. And we're not that far. Well, I said it wouldn't be long to you. It's been a whole 24 hours to us. We're back here the next day, and look at the difference. Still a lovely day, a little bit chillier, but my goodness, the wind is very significantly less. Alright, let's get set up. We're using our YOB with a better 3D printed nozzle that doesn't push up. And look how quick it's going up front. It's quite a bit quicker, it's worth doing. Move over there when it push the hole in. I haven't got it set so you can do it with the button. Yeah, I need the 3D thing with a little cross on it. Okay. Now we're getting a new Hicks pump on the go. Weird, you can only set it for half PSI. I don't understand because it goes up in tiny little bits. So they'll use the instructions. I'm blowing up the air 4. Got about 8 PSI. There doors is waiting. I like this new pub. Right. Off we go. The test of the Boatworld Cruiser 380 with a 15 horsepower. Okay. 2 strokes, she forgot her sunglasses. Right, we're loaded up. That took a while, but it's the first time we used this. If you just hold her, I'll take them bits. We've got everything we want, haven't we? Lunch. So the engine started first pull. Got to be a good side. Engine started first pull. Do you want to get? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's fine there. That's fine. Don't overdo things. Okay, Catherine. So we're getting quite a lot of splash. Right, we're underway. Yeah, the first thing I would say is the fuel tank needs moving. And then we've got no depth sound of it. See where you can hold on? Yeah. Well, the bag won't fall out. Well, we've got a lot of spray. I reckon the engine needs tilting, dunno, in a little. Got a lot of spray off the front there. I might think the engine might need adjusting so it lifts the boat a bit more. My vlogger out of the bag. I'll get it. So we're getting quite a lot of splash. Right, well here we have a little bit of video taken from the Insta360 X3 all-round camera. You can see I've got the invisible selfie stick mode on, but it actually doesn't stop the shadow of the selfie stick, which is, of course it can't. But you can see here that there is quite a lot of splash from the front of the boat. There is splash coming in if you look carefully at the rear. Over the outboard, and that did actually get a lot of water in the boat later on, but I think I did have weed backed up around the outboard leg because of course there's no hull to push it out of the way. We did improve the splash quite a lot by moving Catherine's seat backwards, also trimming the outboard out to the third hole, and this did make quite a bit of difference. This is a slightly experimental boat under Stanford Boatworld, although they have got it quite good and refining it, but certainly trimming that outboard and moving the weight back a little bit did help quite a bit. So that was good, I was pleased with that. A lot of splash. As I said previously, I did manage to reduce that splash over the front by trimming the outboard back the whole through and moving the weight back. It did make quite a bit, but you can see this is before I've done it. There is actually a lot of splash there front and forward, and the camera doesn't actually do the amount of splash justice. stiffen this engine up.
Wanna what?
Stiffen the engine up. Right, Catherine?
Yeah.
No. The engine's too stiff. I want it stiffer. Alright, but the fuel tank's in a horrendous place.
Not room for your feet.
No.
See, on the other one, it's right underneath.
Yeah, because this is high. If you reach in there, darling, there's the end that goes on here. Just said it's a nice colour. Loads of people hate the colour. It is fairly quick. I'll be able to look on the GPS and see how quick it is. Yeah, it's a bit wet. There's a lot of wet on the tubes there. Her indoors said she thinks it's more of a summer boat. We'll have a look at the engine position. No one there. Another boat there, look. People dumping boats all over the shop, shopping show. Funny, because you don't drop off the plane, because you're not on the plane. Now, interestingly, you can't go that slow with this boat. Obviously, you can knock it in and out of gear. Where do you reckon? Where them footmarks are?
Yeah, don't go any further that way.
Oh, it's a bit mud-larky. So, for anyone who's wondering, this is the River Demon in Suffolk, United Kingdom, and this is what is called the Ram's Hole Rocks. Interestingly, absolutely no rocks whatsoever. Oh, that's mud there. This is good here. I'll switch off in a minute. There we are, ashore. Well, the engine performed well. Catherine testing the engine.
Although we haven't used it, haven't we?
No,
I thought this was the one we went to Top Nest.
no, this is the new one.
Oh, I see.
There's a double test. Right, I'm going to move that engine.
Right, how do you want to hold the boat?
Let's just have a look what she's on. Yeah, she wants to go up a hole. That's what it is. Just, I will, but I just want to do that engine first. What?
Got a stream here.
It is, isn't it? Flip that, Catherine, that was, you know what, look how high that was. We ain't even got a dry bit. Yeah, but you're just sitting. Oh, that was quite easy. I've moved the outboard so it's more trimmed up on one hole, so that should help. Should have the effect of pushing the boat more that way than that way. That was quite easy to do on this Yamaha. Pleased with how the Yamaha was performing. Really quite pleased with it. I want to try and stiffen up the steering a bit though, because it's a bit slack for me and I like to have it a bit stiffer. But yeah, first impressions good, and I think that's going to be better now that's like that. The fuel tank is a horrendous place. That's just right where your feet are. Could put the seat forward a bit more, I suppose. But you know, these are all the things, and it does need Rollocks. Come on, Boatworld, put Rollocks on. Having that as paddles is not good. Whether or not, it could be the tubes are too big, that they won't work. Who indoors is sitting by the little stream. Right, let's see if I can stiffen up the outboard. Well, we're having a meal deal here indoors. Seem to have ate all hers. We've got these posh coffees, but I don't think I've ever seen a redder wrap for a Tesco meal deal. I thought she was eating a plum. Beautiful. You can see the tunnel effect there. If I zoom in, he says, how do you zoom this down here? Alright, should be zooming a bit. Not much. But there you can see how it hasn't really got a hull. Zoom it back again. One thing you can say about this boat, it's really easy to pull in. Having doors just did it no trouble on the one, because it's not no hull, it's on its tubes. Dawes is packing up now. The tide's coming in. Like Billy, of course, we're on spring tides at the moment. And my goodness, look how high it got last high water. Right up there. I have been here when in a boat when we were actually in amongst the rushes here. There's two Jevons enjoying themselves, having a bit of scran. And it truly is a lovely day. Look at that sky. Don't know if the camera will do it justice. But anyway, I've adjusted the outboard angle. That was quite easily. Not sure how to adjust the friction on this. It must have one somewhere. I can't recall. I'll have to, when I put it down, see if I can do it. And see how better it goes. But at the moment, fairly pleased with it. But there was a lot of splash, but I'm sure that will cure that. And got to do a little bit of work to think about where the fuel tank can best go. The seats are interesting on this boat because they've got like a groove in there if you look, and I fitted those bits in it and drilled holes in them, so I hang my little bag on there that has all my bits and pieces in, like my cigars that you saw, and my cameras and other bits and pieces, wallet, keys, you name it, it's in there. Indoors is loading the bits up. That's my little bag that I hook on with a couple of hooks onto that bit I showed you. It's got me all my important stuff and it zips up. It's just an old Amazon Basics laptop bag, and the zips don't knacker up because the salt water, but if they do, you just buy another one. They're only about 15-20 quid, last for ages. Right, launching Zabato. So if we push it back a bit, Catherine, so I'll drop the engine. There's plenty of water here for that. Okay, I'll do it. See how she goes. Right, it just looks better. There must be a way to stiffen that up. Hang on. Normally, what's that? No, you do. Yeah, I'll start it. There she is, start of beauty, weighing nicely. But you get in, I'll get in after you. You in? Go for it. Lump on the back. Right. See how quickly we'll know. Oh yes, that's better. Loads better. Oh, start splashing again.
What?
Start splashing again. I reckon, I'll tell you what I reckon we need, Catherine. Give me that bag. Give me that bag, what would just the weight?
What bag are we talking about?
The big black bag. I'm going to put it behind me. Get some weight. Move. Yes. Look at this shit, isn't it? Right, we've took some weight into the front back. Is that any better? It's the same, really. try something else? I'm going to try putting your seat back a bit. Right, if you get off. Right, try that. You got a bit. What? Right, we've pulled the seat back. It's because I'm trying to get rid of the splash. Let me just try and experiment. Again? I
can't reach the handle.
Rope. So after those little adjustments by moving her indoors back a bit and also having trimmed the motor up, the splash did get quite a bit better. Although that still is quite splashy, but I suppose with not having a hull it's going to be like that. What I did also find was when we were going against the tide, we're going with the tide at the moment, when we were going against the tide, the splash was a lot better. It really wasn't bad. I wouldn't want you to think it's bad, because this seems quite a good and fun boat from Boatworld. So yeah, pleased with it generally. Needs some tinkering, but good. What you do need to keep an eye on with this boat is, because it hasn't obviously got a hull, it's a cathedral hull in effect, so the boat is running on the tubes, the speed large tubes. If there's any rubbish and stuff in the river, it will collect around the leg of your outboard, which is what happened to us, because the river was in flood and it was quite full of crap, to be honest, and lots of long reeds got up against the outboard, which caused a lot more splash over the transom, and we did actually get a lot of water in the boat. But I'm fairly certain this is what caused it. The thing was, I stopped and reversed a bit. The minute you do that, you lose the rubbish that is collected around your outboard leg. So I can't be 100% certain, but I'm fairly sure that is what it was causing the water getting into the boat, because going to the Ramsar rocks, we hadn't got any water in at all. It was just coming back when we did hit quite a lot of rubbish. I hope you're enjoying the video. Please continue watching. One of the things you do notice about her is at low revs it does a good turn of speed. So this is going to be the low rev test. Low rev test, I want to see it when I put it on the GPS data, because this is next to no power. You would not be planing at this speed in a on wave. Of course, it's on the tube, so it's yeah, doesn't plane really, I suppose. Over there, if any of you don't know, is Sutton Hoo behind there, the Viking longship. cut. The willies are, this bit there was known as Troublesome Reach, so they cut this cut in the days of the barges so they could short circuit it when they're at high water. You wouldn't have been coming in or out with anything but sort of high water, so yeah. Coming into Woodbridge, where if you want to visit, they're building a replica, I don't know if it's third scale, half scale I think, of the Viking longship. Which, could you remember when they were going to launch it, Catherine?
No, I think they may have moved it now as well.
They moved it?
No, I think that shed all of a sudden at the moment.
Oh.
I'm sure I might have got that wrong.
We'll be coming up in a minute on the Midget Millionaires Mariners little boat. Move over to the left a bit. That might help.
Now what?
Well, the balance.
You don't feel balanced?
No, that's alright. Boat actually makes very little wake. Of course, it's a tunnel hull or cathedral hull. The midget's boat. Puffy, well actually called Bass too. His homemade go gull that he 3D printed works well. So that ahead of you is the tide mill, and to the right is Tide Mill Marina, and actually that was a proper tide mill. So they had a big basin which flooded on the tide. They shut the barriers a bit like a lock, and then would let the water out through the mill. Lovely day, couldn't have chose better, could we?
No.
Bit of a chill, but
Yeah, I think the wind there is.
right, we're now going against the tide. I can't go very fast obviously here in Woodbridge, although going slow in this boat is quite difficult. Very efficient hull. Well, sponsons. Yeah, he's still in there. So I think Cruiser is a good name for this boat because very low revs. I'm going against the tide now, it's very flat calm, not too much splash, and at very low revs you get a good turn of speed. Very good turn of speed actually. So if you were wanting to cruise distances, I think this could be very good. A lot less splash now, going against the tide. Move her indoors back a bit, move the bag to the back. speed, the splash is a lot less. I don't know what speed we're doing, I have to wait till we get back to find that out. Got wind with the tide. Of you who don't know, I'm now coming into taking the longer way round into Woldingfield, where the Maybush is here. Really nice pub. Gets very busy, but it is a gorgeous pub, Woldingfield Maybush. And starting to get the hang of this boat now. The right speed you get, and the right sort of tide direction, you get very little splash. Is it replacement for my hot waves? No, it isn't. But it could be a good bit of fun in your swimming trunks on a hot day. It's very quick. Back in the Cruiser 380. So, what are my verdicts? Pretty good. As I keep saying, won't beat a home wave, but a bit of fun. Not quite sure why that water came in. I think there was a load of old shiznit caught up in the prop. But the 15 horsepower Yam propels it along beautifully. Her indoors was happy, she liked it. Sun's still out beautifully, so we'll now just break things down and take them back to the car. A lot easier than setting it up. Yeah, not bad. Fuel tank's got to be sorted out. I've got to decide where to put that. There indoors, giving it a bit of a wipe down. At the end of the day, we don't do all this blow it up when we get it home and wash it down. It's a PVC boat, for Christ's sake. Perfectly good, no problem at all. Just do them, wipe them a little bit, roll them up and leave them until next time. They will take no harm. Well, she's all rolled up and put in the Honwave bag. Those bags are so much better. They really are good bags. Not the best roll, it's a little bit long, but that'll do for what we want. Thank you. Well, that concludes the test of the Boatworld Cruiser 380. Next vlog you'll see from us, I'll be uploaded this, of course, will be on our way to Scotland, probably at Ullswater. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one. Alright.